Hello, this video is to show you the London Breakout Bot. This is an idea sent to us by Hardeep, who finds that he can only trade mornings or evenings, and looked at one or two markets and found a very regular pattern occurring. So he approached us with this idea and we've coded it, and it now exists in bot format. It's based on the GBN and it's based on the 7 AM candle. The theory is that at the close of the 7 AM candle, you take the high and the low and then place orders on the system a certain number of pips away from the high and the low. When one of those orders is triggered, the other is cancelled off the system, and then there is a set stop and limit for these orders. So if I show you the actual bot parameters that we have here, so we click on the little cog. So we've got our H1 candle open time. So this is the candle that we want this bot to look at. We've got the number of pips high low, which is the number of pips gap it will have before opening, or that it will use rather, when it places the order. Next step down is the quantity, so the number of lots that you want to place the trades in. So you need to be clear as to lot sizing. The easiest way to do that is to look on the trade tab, put in 0.1 of a lot for GBN, and then have a look at the margin requirement and how many pounds per pip that equates to. We then have two sections here. For our buy trades, we've got a stop and a limit, and for our sell trades we also have a stop and a limit. And we'll be using these to optimize it, because it could be that in an uptrending market we want it to maybe try and get more, so we'll have a higher limit, and on a short trade in an uptrending market we might want to go for a much smaller limit. But the strategy was given to us with a standard stop and limit of 30 on each one, so that's the default values that we've used when we're coding it. So quite simply, when you have installed this London Breakout, and you do that by double clicking on the actual algo file, you need to add an instance. So you click on the plus symbol here and you would choose GBN. Make sure your time frame is set to H1 and then check your parameters that you have set. The charts it brings up will be the default layout that you normally use, so you can close any indicators and things you don't want, or you can leave them all on the screen. It's entirely up to you. So if I go to my totally blank screen, and what I'm going to do is go through the back testing so you can see where it takes the trades. So I'll go to the back testing tab, and I'm going to run this from the 1st of October until the 29th of October. So we'll go to our equity chart and I'll click on play, and this will run through and we'll be able to see where it takes all of the trades. So if we look at our trade statistics, you can see what our net profit is, the profit factor, the total number of trades, total winning trades. If we look at the history tab, we can click on each trade and it will take us to that point. So if we look at this trade here, and I'll just shrink this section down so we've got more screen space available. We have our trade that was actually triggered here and we came out here. If I put my little crosshair on, we can see we've got our 7 AM candle. We've taken the low point of it, 10 pips below that, our level for the trade entry point, and then it's hit target here. One thing that you will notice is that these entry times at the beginning of the month look as though they're an hour earlier than they should be. That's because it's coded into the bot to work in kind of UK's local time, whereas the time that we're seeing on the screen here is always going to be GMT. If we scroll down to the most recent trades, you'll see for the last 2 days here where we've actually been back at GMT or UTC plus 0, it's now showing correct trade entry times. So that's something you don't need to worry about. It is still trading at the right time, but it may look like it's an hour earlier during the summer than the winter. As I said, we are going to optimize this, and one thing that we've already found is that if we take the number of pips and instead of having that as 10, make that 7, and then back test it, we do get a substantially better result. So that's where optimization can help, and we will be providing the numbers that we come up with on the optimization for the stops and the limit shortly. A very, very simple strategy to run. You install it, you configure it, you let it run. Things to bear in mind is that your machine must be up and running with cTrader running and the bot running before it will take any trades. So if you're planning on starting this running and then going out to do something or going to work, you need to make sure that your machine's not going to automatically shut down or go to sleep, otherwise it may very well not take any trades. If we look at the log tab, if you're not sure if it's taken any trades, it will write in here exactly the values it's gone into the orders at, the fact that it cancelled the other existing order, and the orders that it's placed. Any questions or queries, then please add them in the comments box below, and the link to download this code will also be in the description for this video. Please click on like and subscribe, and if you wanted to pop over to my Patreon site and support the work that we do, that would be brilliant. And I would like to thank everyone that has signed up as a Patreon so far. Thank you.